welcome to my YouTube channel, Love for Intuitive Astrology. So today I will talk about the year of 2025 for the sign of Leo. So I recommend you to watch this video if you have a Leo rising, Leo sun sign, or Leo moon sign, okay? But most accurate are rising sign and sun sign. And there will be a lot of shifts in 2025, and I'm going to cover all of those in this video. And also I'm going to tell you the specific months that are good for your career, for love, and all that stuff. So it's going to be super exciting. So let's start with this year overview. So at the beginning of the year, we're starting off with Mars retrograde, which is going to start in your sign, Leo. And it's slowly going through Cancer up until the 23rd of February 2025. So it's going to start in your first house and it will move back into the 12th house. And when we look at Mars, we're looking at a planet that's all about action. It's about moving forward. It's a very masculine planet. But when it's retrograde, it's kind of being stopped, right? It's going more internal, and that can create some frustrations. So when it's in your first house, Leo, it's going to be like, I want to move really fast, but something is holding me back. And it's just a matter of timing. It means that maybe you have to go back and go over some things that you've been working on, or going over some, projects or whatever it is that you're working on at the moment, or you want to go faster in. Maybe it's just not the exact timing. You have to go back, revise it, and then when Mars is stationing direct, you can move forward. When Mars is in Cancer, it's in your 12th house. This is kind of creating it could be hidden enemies, so people talking behind the scenes. It could also be frustrations and you don't really know where they're coming from, because the 12th house is all about the hidden, the subconscious, the unconscious. So it's about things that maybe you don't really see at first hand. Could be related to past lives, could be related to your childhood. So there might be some anger coming up. And you can access this anger through meditation. Listen to your dreams around this time. They can give you some hints, and you will be just fine with Mars retrograde. Not only do we have Mars retrograde, yes, I know, we also have Venus retrograde this year. And I promise I'm also going to more positive aspects, but I believe that aspects that are seen as negative are actually really key for your growth. So, bear with me. Let's go through all the videos. They're positive and negatives through everything. So then we have Venus retrograde in the sign of Aries, which will happen on the 1st of March. And it will be until the 12th of April. Okay, so it will start in Aries and it will move back into Pisces. And Pisces and Aries have a huge emphasis this year because of the moving planets, huge planets in those signs. And for you, that's the 8th house and the 9th house. So Venus retrograde in the 9th house could indicate a romantic person overseas contacting you, someone from the past contacting you, okay? This could also be related to revisiting a place. So maybe you were traveling overseas and you really crave to go back to that same place to close down something, okay? Whatever it is, it could just be a feeling, but you want to go there and, revisit the place. At the same time, you could be studying something, picking up a study that you didn't finish, picking up a project that you didn't finish, and you would like to maybe look at it again, or it's going to help you in your current situation. Then the 8th house is more about your money. So in February, especially, look at your money, and especially related to investments. Okay, this is not a time to make investments unless you have Venus retrograde in your chart, but still it's not the best time to make investments, okay? Oversee them, look at what they do, and it's not time to do something new. So if you need to revise something that you've already done, like an investment or an insurance or your tax overview, if you need to have a look at that, that's great, okay? You need to revise something when it comes to your money situation, not your own money, but especially related to third parties. So insurances and government related papers and numbers, okay? At the same time, this is really good for breaking patterns in your romantic life. So if you keep attracting the same person over and over again, which is very common for everyone, okay? Now it's time to look at those patterns, because the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. This is looking at patterns, you know, looking at patterns and see what it is that you can break in order to attract a healthy relationship. And besides that, Pluto is in your 7th house now. So, you know, you have to, Pluto is going to show you the underworld. So everything that is, you know, kept secret or everything that is unresolved will show itself and be projected in the partners you attract. So especially Leo ascendant, just have a look at the people you attract, right? If you are a sun or a moon Leo, you're going to have an opposition, especially early degree. You're going to have an opposition with Pluto. So there will be a lot of projections from people that could be considered toxic or maybe not good for you. But these people indicate something you need to heal within yourself. So a very classic example is, you know, what's happening in my own life as well, is that you attract very egocentrical, self-centered or narcissistic people. And it was simply because I allowed them in my life, right? Because if you want to take from people, you're going to look at people that are easy targets, that are going to have no boundaries and going to be really easy to manipulate. And I was very naive for most of my life because of my own upbringing, and I let people control me and tell me what to do until I stood up for myself. And then it changed everything. It changed my relationship dynamic, it changed my friendships, and you know, I have much healthier relationships. So just as an example, you know, for the people that where there is nothing to reveal, Pluto has nothing to reveal, right? But if there's still something, it will show you certain lessons in your relationship. So pay attention to that. And it will be up until 2044. So they're going to be big lessons in love, but they're going to be very rewarding. Okay, don't fear Pluto. Pluto wants you to see the truth, and it's not going to go around it. It's not going to tiptoe around the truth. It's going to show you in your face. Okay, so just look at the reality, and the projections will stop once you've learned the lesson. Okay. Then we're gonna have Saturn. So Saturn will start off in Pisces. Again, we have Pisces. We also have the North Node this year in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. And this will be by the end of January, so the 29th of January, okay, the North Node will move in the sign of Pisces, enhancing your investments, your insurances, your joint bank accounts with your partner. And Saturn there up until the 25th of May is going to be in Pisces, also in a conjunction with the North Node at some point, really highlighting, you know, maybe some difficulties with your papers or with arranging your money or arranging some investments or not seeing any results, but a feeling that you kind of have to do it, but it's not working with you, which is creating confusion sometimes, right? That we think we're on the right path, but then it's creating obstacles. This is Saturn teaching you something, okay? After the 25th of May, it's going to move in your 9th house, okay? This could restrict some of your travels. So maybe you're not gonna travel as often as you used to. This could also make you a bit pessimistic because the 9th house is about the higher realms, right? To see the world and to investigate and to be a philosopher. And Saturn is realistic. It could make you a bit pessimistic. And I would say this is a good thing, because sometimes we should question some things, we should investigate, because when we investigate and when we make discernments, we come closer to the truth. So this pessimism is going to teach you like, hey, maybe you shouldn't fall for the first person like me on YouTube who's teaching you something. Do some research, do your own research, take on from different teachers and make your own opinion, right? Make your own opinion, because there are people who are genuine and there are people that maybe are not so genuine, right? That are there for the money or that are there for other things, right? And this is what Chiron, Saturn, and also Neptune is going to tell you, because they're all going to be in the 9th house. Saturn will move back in Pisces on the 1st of September. I will move back into Aries in 2026 in February. Neptune will move just a few days after Saturn on the 30th, will also move into Aries. These two, so Saturn and Neptune, are going to be dancing together for most of the year. And I have to say, I actually like this, because Neptune is very up in the air. It's illusions, it's spirituality, it can be addictions, right? If you take the lower octave of this, Saturn is going to keep you a bit grounded, okay? So if you want to learn something or go into spirituality, this planet is really going to ground you. Like, okay, you want to be a spiritual teacher, or you want to be, you want to learn a new language, or you want to become whatever it is that you want to do. It's going to ground you. It's going to be like, you need to have a plan. So you have these big plans, but how are you going to make that happen? Okay, because the 9th house can help you overview everything in your life, okay? So even the uncomfortable, because Chiron in Aries can make you look a bit at the things that are uncomfortable. And Saturn is in the sign of Aries, which is in its fall. We say in astrology that's in its fall. The thing is that I've seen people with the most difficult charts being the most successful, because it builds character. So I always say, don't run away from like, oh, this is in a weak planet or this is going to be bad. Actually, it's going to teach you a lot of things, and a lot of things will be surrounded for people when it comes to their identity, their leadership, and it's going to be in different areas in their life. And for you, it's like traveling, it's like who you follow, what you read, and you're gonna make a philosophy and a belief system that is right for you. So start questioning. If you want to learn languages or teach something, it really is asking you from you to work a bit harder, but the end result is gonna be good, and it's gonna be long lasting, because Saturn wants to build something long lasting for you. Okay, it's not always denying things for you. It's actually pretty good. Okay, let's talk about something positive. So up until June, you have Jupiter in the 11th house. I love it, right? Gemini is quite a good sign to have in the 11th house. It makes you very social. It's time to be a bit chatty, do some networking, sell what you want to sell. You're going to meet the right people that are going to get you into the right places. So make sure to tell people about what you're doing, because actually there are people that are going to want to hear it. You might tell about your business idea or something, a hobby that you're doing, and you're going to meet the right person that's going to help you get there, okay? Help you get to where you need to be. So your network is going to be very important up until June, so the 9th of June. Then Jupiter is going in Cancer in the 12th house. And Jupiter is exalted, so this is really good. Like Jupiter in Cancer is really at home here. And it's also in the 12th house, right? Co-ruler of Pisces. Pisces rules the 12th house. So this is going to bring you a huge improvement in your intuition. If you were already intuitive, you're going to be even more intuitive. So you're going to have a really great intuition. You're going to have very vivid dreams. And you might even have some premonitions and things like this, or visions that are going to help you to where you need to be. So, nothing scary about that. Literally, sometimes you cannot even help that. Like, when you see and look into the future, like sometimes they say that's a bad thing, but actually, I mean, it just comes. Like, the more open you become, the more you awaken, the more you will see snippets of the future, the past lives, because literally time doesn't exist. And you existed all this time in all these different lifetimes, and you will see through the veil, okay? And the veil is dropping. You see it worldwide, okay? Saturn and Neptune are going to awaken a lot of people, and definitely you could be one of them. If you're not already, I know a lot of you that are watching are already very much awakened, okay? So then Uranus, it was in your 10th house. It's gonna go back on the 8th of November, but between the 7th of July and the 8th of November, Uranus is moving in your 11th house, okay? So it's again about your community. You might meet some quirky people, okay? Some changes in your friendships. They might suddenly leave, suddenly someone is coming back, checking in with you, maybe talking to you online. You might be attracted to doing online courses as well, or giving online courses, okay? And when Uranus was in the 10th house, you were very triggered already in doing things maybe in a less original way. Thinking more out of the box, right? You were really expanding on your purpose and your view of life, and that really changed a lot. So yeah, that will happen until the 8th of November. I'm having a brain freeze, which happens sometimes. Anyways, let's go to all the months that are good for you. For travel. So travel months for Leo. Get your pen and paper ready. March, April, September, and October. Okay? Then a health month, or health months, are January and December. Then we have money months, August and September. I do have to say, watch out for July, because in general, the South Node is in Virgo in the 2nd house, okay? This could drain your money, so don't overspend your money. Be careful with your money, okay? Because it might slip through your hands, especially July. There might be some conflict with your money, so be aware of this month. Love months, January, February, okay? Do I say that correctly? Yes. January, February, November, and December are your love months. Career months, January, April, May, and December. And your moving months are going to be October and November, okay? So these are the most significant placements of this year. Obviously, I cannot cover all of those. You can do that by checking out your own chart and degrees and puzzle with that. Anyways, I would love to know what your plans are for 2025. Leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you if you want to share something with the community. And what I would like to share with you is that I'm doing spiritual retreats or astrology retreats in end of 2024, but also 2025. And this is really focused on astrology workshops, meditation techniques, and removing blocks. And it's really, really exciting. So have a look in the description box to know more about this. We have a beautiful place in the middle of nature. And anyways, I'm wishing you a happy new year. I'm wishing you all the best. Thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year, Leo. Many blessings to you.